I have a lot, and I mean a lot, planned for this winter. Yes, it's August right now, but we're not too far from peak model railroading season, and this winter might be my most ambitious yet. I might have bit off more than I can chew because I have a ton on the docket.
This video is brought to you by Model Railroad Academy. Model Railroad Academy is your online resource for model railroad instructions, ideas, and information, with loads of tutorials and articles for model railroaders of every skill level. I've recently been going through their catalog and watching some of their older videos, including this one from Don Kassler and the M&K division of the B&O. It's been really cool to watch and see all the old techniques he used. Plus, you can find tutorials on everything from bench work to electronics to scenery, all sorts of things there. The first 1,000 people to sign up at the link in the description below will get a full year of premium membership to Model Railroad Academy for $1.49. Offer is valid for new members only.
I'm going to be dabbling in not 2, but 3, technically 4 scales this winter. The first is Inscale, so let's go over what I'm going to be doing there. In Inscale, I'm going to be functionally completing, because it's never really complete, phase 2 of my new layout with a detailing video and a big final reveal video of all of this. It should be really cool, and I'm excited to show you guys all of the work that I've done, and I do still have some work left to do that will be addressed soon, but then I will begin construction on phase 3 of this new layout. It's still going to be modular, but it's going to be a little bit different. I'm definitely elevating my product here. I also have a couple of reviews on tap. I'm not really sure, but I plan on having some fun with those. You're also going to see more operations videos on my layout since I have completed this phase and a lot of the operations are here. Now, let's talk about Zscale. Some of you have seen my teases for my next project reveal. Well, it's going to be my Zscale layout, and I don't want to say more than it is something unexpected. This will lead into some Zscale content. I'm still staying Inscale primary, so don't worry about that, but I'm considering something like Zscale Corner once a month because there's just so much that happens with Zscale, and if something happens in the hobby, it typically happens in Zscale first and then moves to other scales. So I want to highlight some of Zscale every month. For the third scale, as many of you know already, I'm going to be doing a Zscale layout, and this is officially going to be MRR3, and I'm really excited to try Zscale. I mean, just look how tiny that engine is. Hang on, it's not a one-to-one comparison, but this is an Inscale Jeep 15 and this is a Zscale Jeep 38. So like, that's just like, look at that. Look at that. It's so little, and I'm just amazed at the detail it has on it. I think this layout has a ton of potential to scratch an itch that I've had for a while, and I want to try some more expansive scenery. And I think that this would be a cool opportunity. I'm partnering with US Zscale. They're a family-owned Zscale only retailer. They have a website I'll link below, and this will be more of a continuous running layout. I didn't really want to do switching with this. I've done a lot of switching stuff, and I want it to be something that I can potentially take to train shows and show off if I ever decide to do that. I am beginning to design an exhibition that I can take to shows if I do go down that route. Now, when I said technically 4 scales, I'm doing something really different, and what I was referring to more of is gauge rather than scales. I would like to introduce you to a brand new modular standard that it's still being worked out, but it's mostly there, and I've actually picked up a bunch of the modules because Klondike's has started making them. This is a Hextrak module. The Hextrak standard was created by YouTuber Tabletop Railroad. His reasoning for this module is that he wanted to do model railroading, but he didn't have the desire for a dedicated space. He also tried T-Track, and they were a bit too big for what he wanted. So he created Hextrak. These modules are small and fit on a tabletop. They fit on anything pretty much really easily, and they can easily be stored as well. They also are really easy to work on and don't require a huge space for that amount of work. Now, if you look at this, it has a Kato 248mm goes right there, the longest straight piece, and then you can do a curve right here for 60 degrees, so a 45 and a 15 of Kato 216mm. So It's not going to work on every single engine, but it's going to work on a lot of them. And frankly, this size and form factor solves a lot of issues that people have with model railroading. So I figured I would try this, and rather than doing another Inscale layout, I thought I would give some narrow gauge a try. So this will be an HON 30 layout. And I plan on starting with some Bachmann narrow gauge, then moving on to some really cool projects. Like I said, I've got a lot lined up this winter, and it should be a lot of fun. It's just going to be a whole lot of work. I've been lining up this particular stretch of videos for 2 years now with everything, and we're going to see where this goes. So it's going to be a fun journey, and it's all starting next week. So thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, I'm Jimmy from the DIY and Digital. Stay safe, be kind, and happy railroading.